Hey guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get a video out, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I can get a good pattern going and I can have videos out to you guys more consistently. Help me out. Leave me a comment if you really like these videos and you want to see more. It'll encourage me and it'll help keep me on track. So this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about what we've been doing this year for our quote-unquote homeschool. I put it in quotations because my son's only 3, so we're not technically doing any formal schooling. We're not in kindergarten or anything like that. We just work on stuff as often as we can. I think the biggest difference about my channel versus other homeschool moms is I'm not a type A person. So I can't be super structured. My big thing is balance between what works for my child and what works for me. Because if I did just what works for my child, we would be doing paint and Play-Doh every single day, and that doesn't work for me. So we try and incorporate it when we can, but my big goal is just to make sure that he's learning. Our day, what I'm going to show you, it doesn't look like every single day. We stay really busy. We work on socializing with other children and, you know, manners, learning to help in the kitchen, learning to help with laundry. And sometimes we just watch TV. Sometimes we just play with toys. Sometimes he's in one room and I'm in another. So I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea because I feel like there's enough pressure on moms. This video is not about pressure, about what you should be doing. This is about what I'm doing if you want to model it or if you want to just see what the possibilities are or different options for homeschooling, more of like a preschool style learning at home very inexpensively. So one of the things I want to say is I do have crayons, markers, paint, a laminator, lamination sheets, Velcro dots, a printer, and that's probably most of it. You won't need all of those things to do all of the stuff that I do, but in other videos I will show you some of the more complicated things I do with like laminators and stuff, but a big part of it is my printer. That is how I keep a lot of costs down, but it's not the only way. In fact, that's what I'm going to show you first, what we've started out this year. Again, because I'm all about balance, we're still trying a lot of things to see what works for us before we get into our really formal school years. So actually, to be honest, I kind of forgot. We started out with the Abeka language, visual language. I don't know, I'll put a picture somewhere in here to show you what I'm talking about. That didn't really work. It's a lot of fun. It's a very packed lesson. I mean, you've got these really cool big flashcards. It's not a full curriculum. I mean, it technically is a full curriculum, but it wasn't created to be a full curriculum. It's created to be part of the Abeka curriculum. A lot of it was over my child's head. And then the other thing I did not care for about it was, as a Christian, I'm saying it was too God-centered. I know that sounds crazy, that doesn't make sense, it makes me sound like a bad person, but I don't mind mixing Christianity into our lessons, but this was more Christianity with a lesson around it. And it just, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into a whole lot of that. Everybody has a little bit, their beliefs are a little bit different, so do what you're comfortable with. This is just something that was just a little too intense for me, and I was trying to leave some of it out and kind of word it a little bit differently. It just, a lot of it wasn't sticking, so I wasn't getting the payoff for what I was putting in. So we kind of took a different route, and so one of the very cheap free things that I do is I keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace, and I look for curriculum, homeschool, and I look for all these things that are free, people giving it away. Also on your Nextdoor app, if you have the Nextdoor app, look in the free section. A lot of times people will give away their partially used school books. So these are a lot of the little preschool, pre-writing, pre-learning books. I don't have any of the books with me to show you. I tear everything out. I keep everything in a binder. Not that you have to, I just like to. But anyway, so we've been using these to work on our pre-writing, a lot with crayons because crayons are easier to hold, and we would just sit down and work on things. Sometimes, as you can see, things don't always come out perfectly, but we tried to get the point across that, you know, N makes a N sound. It was very hard for my child to not draw a line to fish because he wanted to draw a line to everything. But it's not about mastery, it's about learning and having fun and just incorporating different skills like pre-writing. I don't know if you can see some of these, but learning how to write a little bit better, just learning the shapes of our letters, working on shapes. He already knows shapes, but working on learning how to draw them, working on, I always make sure that he is holding his pencil, crayon, marker, whatever it is correctly. So I make him use the pincer hold instead of holding it like this, or I don't know, kids will hold crayons and markers all kinds of crazy ways, and pencils. I really want to get a set of golf pencils because I've heard that that's easier for them to, it's easier for them to maneuver the pencil because it's so small. They have to hold it closer to the point. So when your hand is further back, every move that you make is going to be super exaggerated with the tip of the pencil. So when the pencil's smaller, every move is a little bit more precise for them, but I haven't done that yet. That was what we started out with. Well, we started out with the Abeka, and then we moved to some of these, and then I started incorporating more cutting and gluing activities. This went with our Hungry Caterpillar, and then we did some B is for bear, and then we did a couple of, I'll say like unit studies, where I basically will just find a website that I fall in love with, I'll print out a whole bunch of stuff, and then we'll just work on that for a little while until we've gotten through that packet. And that has kind of been a theme for this school year. We did some miniature, I'm reading it off right here because I don't remember, miniaturemasterminds.com. They have a lot of really fun coloring sheets that are really learning based. I think we did a lot of numbers. I don't remember if they do much beyond numbers. I can't really remember. This has been a while back. I try and date everything. Yeah, this was from July. So we just did some of these, and he had a lot of fun with these, surprisingly. I felt like these were more worksheet style, and this was going to be too much work for him. He's not a big colorer, but he actually really enjoyed doing these. So we did those back in July, and then we tried to incorporate, like I said, painting whenever we can. So things that can be used with a crayon or a marker where you're making choices, you can definitely, or tracing, you can definitely do those with watercolors. And as far as watercolors, I get mine from the dollar store, because when I first started looking for watercolors, I went to Walmart. They were like $3, and I don't know about your kids, but mine mixes all the colors and just uses a ton of paint. We go through them really quickly, and I know $3 isn't much, but when you're going through it like every 2-3 weeks, it adds up. So dollar store, why not? Like, even though I can afford the regular ones from Crayola, why not dollar store? So another big thing that we do that my son loves, that is a great alternative to painting, is the do-a-dots. And I got these from Lakeshore. I know a lot of people use the bingo markers. That's essentially what they are, if you want to see. It's just paint in here, and there's a little sponge top, essentially. I've never used the bingo dabbers, so I don't know how they compare. I'm sure they're pretty similar. I know the bingo dabbers tend to be a little bit bigger, but I don't know how much paint is in them. I have had these forever, and they are still so full. So to me, these are a good deal. It was, I think, $16, but they lasted me forever. My son just loves playing with the caps. It helped him learn his colors. You have the color words on here. He's learned to identify his color words, not solely because of this, but this was a big help. So to me, they're totally worth it. If you do shop through Lakeshore, they have a website. They always have coupons, and they have pretty decent coupons. So wait till you get a coupon, get them at a discount, you know. But they last forever, and they have all different colors and varieties. I've only bought this one pack because they've lasted us so long. So here's some of the stuff we use with our do-a-dots. Just about anything you can use with a crayon, you can use with a do-a-dot marker, and it makes it that much more fun. So instead of counting and writing the number, we would look at the number and we would do that many dots. And this was also from one of our free books that we got off of Facebook Marketplace. This is Miniature Mastermind. So they do also have other things besides math. And remember, things aren't always perfect. Sometimes kids are tired, sometimes they're silly, sometimes they're too hyper, and things don't always go mommy perfect, but we just try and encourage things. Just even him hitting the dots correctly is a skill. Talking about the letters while we're doing it, even if he's being silly and he's not, you know, doing it properly, as long as he's hearing me talk about it. Now, sometimes we do have to talk a little bit about following directions. My child likes to pick the wrong answer on purpose just so that he can go, even when he knows the right answer, and it's really frustrating. So we do try and talk about following directions, but sometimes for mom's sanity, we just have to let things go and we just have to let them be kids. So other worksheets that we have used, if you have to color in a circle or color anything in, you can always use a do-a-dot. And this is from the Measured Mom. I actually don't have a lot of papers that I printed out set aside from her, but I really love her website. I definitely recommend signing up for her email list so that you can get her freebies. She has really great products on her site. I love all of her stuff. She's amazing. I don't personally know her. I'm not sponsored to say anything, guys. Just so that you know, here's my disclaimer, okay? I'm just a mom. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to market anything. As of right now, I mean, if I get a good deal, who knows? I might change, but I'll let you know. Right now, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not being paid by anybody. I'm not sponsored by anybody. So if you hear me talk about something, just know it's just from my experience. So moving along, one of the other things that I have done, I guess this is kind of a promo because I do sell some of my stuff, but not much of it. I do have in all of this free time we've had here lately, free time, I have started a Teachers Pay Teachers, and I have started using Photoshop to learn how to make my own worksheets. Most of my stuff is free. I also started my own website, and it's lostmymommymine.com. You can get my free downloads from my website. Nothing is charged on my website, and as of right now, I mean, who knows what the future holds. If you're watching this 5 years from now and my website is turned into something else, past Jessie can't answer for that. But right now, everything is free on my website, and as of right now, I have no plans to monetize anything on my website. My Teachers Pay Teachers, currently, I think I only have 2 things that are for sale. Everything else is free. It's most of the stuff from my website. So that is also some of the stuff that we did, was the free printables from my websites that I have created. So you can check those out, but you don't have to. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Just telling you about my life and what we've been doing. So one of the things I do like though, and the reason why I did start making worksheets, is because I get so tired of all of these, and these are one of the bigger ones. This is the biggest I can find for tracing letters. Sorry if you guys can hear the garbage truck in the background. It's trash day, but my son's napping, so we have to take advantage. So we're just gonna keep going. But this is the biggest that I could find for the traceable letters. They get really small, and kids my child's age are just not ready for these small letters. So I created these big ones. I think I only have A and B, maybe C right now. Eventually, I hope to have the full alphabet. I might actually sell when I do all of them, but I'll probably release a couple of the large ones for free. But I do definitely have A and B right now for free of the large tracer sheets for little hands. And then some of these tracing, these letter prep sheets, they kind of prepare them, and the whole idea with this was put the apple in the bucket or the basket, I don't know, but to get them prepared for the letter A. So we did a whole like letter A unit study where we just focused on the letter A. So that's what we've done in the past. What we are doing right now is I have been obsessed with totschooling.net. So I have been printing out their holiday packets. They have lots of stuff for free on their website, but the one thing that they have are these holiday packets. And right when we get into fall, I downloaded this one, and we have some color by number. We have some cutting, pasting worksheets that are patterns, more color by number. They actually have the do-a-dot sheets in there, and some pre-writing skills. I mean, there's just tons that we have done through them. And then one of the really cool things that I want to show you in a future video, I'll probably be wearing the same shirt because I'm going to try and do it right after this because I have the time. But one of the really cool things that we have been doing is making these, I don't even know what you call them, busy binder sheets, interactive worksheets. I don't know. I've seen these online and they are expensive just for the printouts, or if you order them from like Etsy and stuff. To me, they're expensive for just a few minutes of learning. So I will be talking about how I make these in another video, but essentially I am using the Tot Schooling cutout sheets and I'm laminating them and using Velcro dots to make these really fun worksheets that we can go through, and they're more like a game instead of a sit-down worksheet. So he's really been enjoying these, and I've got to laminate my Thanksgiving ones. I just printed out the Thanksgiving ones the other day and started cutting those out. These are really cool. They're little shadow matching. So I don't know, I'm trying to do this in the camera viewer and it's not working out so great for me. But you guys get the idea. We've done a lot of these, and this is what we're working on right now, is using the topschooling.net printable packets, their holiday packets. So that is my suggestion. If you want to do homeschooling inexpensive and you have a printer, go on different websites. I will try and list links to all the ones I mentioned in this video down below for you to check out. And then the other thing too, if you don't have a printer, go online on Facebook Marketplace and look for people giving away or selling their school books really cheap. You don't have to do full curriculum ones, just the fun little activity books and things like that. If not, if you can't find any on there, just keep an eye on your stores. Also, the Dollar Tree has some pretty good little activity and learning books for $1. That's another great option. That's something that we incorporate with our regular schooling. I just didn't set all that stuff aside because I would have a table full of stuff if I talked about everything we did. But this is kind of the meat of what we do when we're learning, and I'm constantly talking about what we're doing and trying to talk about the different colors, the numbers, the patterns, the whatever I can that kind of brings it into a lesson, not just here, do this, here, do that. Like, we do it together, we work on it together, we talk about it. I encourage him to answer questions. I encourage him to tell me. Sometimes he schools me. So I hope that those hints and tips helped you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or what you thought about the video. Remember, encourage me, because I am really bad about not having the time and not making the time to make these videos, and I really, really, really want to do this. So a little bit of encouragement from you guys goes a long way for me. Not to put any pressure on you, I'm like, this is your job. Watch my video and then compliment me. No. But thank you so much for watching. I could sit and rattle on for hours because I am a mom who is always talking to a toddler, and right now I'm pretending that I'm talking to other moms, and my little heart is just so happy that it doesn't want to stop talking. So I'm gonna go ahead and make myself end this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in future videos. Thanks. Also, don't forget to subscribe.